Karl's quest, baby, or something. I don't know. Well, a little like a mini episode. I'm out here in this mess, the vegetable garden. Like 3 weeks ago, I finished filling this one, and now it's just completely overgrown. So I'm trying to put some time today into it, getting help from my toddler. People with toddlers know that toddlers are great help. They're very predictable, reliable. Yes, they have great work ethics. So I'm just gonna clean and make this look not crap. Yes, and then we're gonna plant the fall stuff about a month too late. Yeah, it's my motto is, well, I'm gonna do it better next year. That's my motto. Put it on a t-shirt. Well, yeah, let's just time lapse cleaning the beds and then plant some vegetables. See if we can keep this episode like 15 minutes, no more. So I cleaned some of the bed, and I'm looking at. It's been raining kind of a lot lately. This bed has been pretty sandy before. I added into it, and then I haven't been doing anything here because we haven't had so much time for this area, and it's so dried out, it's so damaged. I don't think I want to keep any of those plants. The chickens got under the net here, so I'm kind of thinking about, because like the cabbage, it's gonna have insect shit in the middle, and then the head is just gonna like 50-50 or it's gonna rot or not. Here when we buy coriander, we always just plant the leftovers, and I've been just saving, like this one here. That's perfect. Here's some seeds. Plant more coriander. So I'm saving that. And then the parsley, I'm gonna just move it into the newest bed. It's fine. Okay, äter lite kål. My kid is eating a little bit of cabbage. That's pretty good. So just leave the carrots, move the parsley. Like most of these like have been in the ground so long, we could just pull all of them out. We're gonna use them up in like one dinner probably. There's so much stuff that's like finished for the season. Like look at this kohlrabi, I haven't eaten this one. I missed it, and then I was just wondering how big it's gonna get. When they get half this size, they are like unedible. You can do them in the oven, but they're the nicest when they're kind of fresh. But I'm thinking about ripping kind of out everything. Yeah, my daughter doesn't like raw cabbage. It's the time. It's not even lunchtime. We're gonna make dinner in like less than an hour. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna redo this bed. Put a bunch of horse manure into it and sawdust and water it really well. Here's the garlic we planted. We got it for free, so I just planted it and I just left it over the summer, so it just split up itself. And then I'm gonna put them somewhere to dry, and then we wait 2 months. There's more garlic in here. No, there's more garlic here. I need to find also. We're just gonna dig it up and then we plant it in a couple of months so we get a nice garlic next year. But I think because we are also getting bunch of drip feed hoses, because all this is gonna end up drip feed everything here, water tanks, a Raspberry Pi controller. I'm looking at that stuff now. That's what we're gonna be doing in the fall, in the winter time. We're just gonna sit in my little cave upstairs and program a web interface for Raspberry Pi to a simple program that runs a couple of solenoids. Yeah, but let's just redo this bed. There's no point of keeping this. This is white cabbage, both of them, and they're just all gonna be garbage. So let's get rid of this mess. So I don't be in the bed. I'm gonna talk a little quietly because my kid is asleep in the little stroller. But we dug up the whole bed, and I dug 2 holes, kind of in the 2 spots of the bed. Like, I haven't been watering here, but it's been raining a lot, or not a lot, but it was raining a bunch last week. I can just see how much it glitters. There's quite a lot of sand in it. That's not a bad thing. The carrots love it. There's a lot of stuff I grow like sand. But interesting to see a difference between these 3 beds. But I think it's also a lot to do with this one is a lot under the tree canopy. Because the bed on the end that we filled last month, that one was pretty moist still. So the only thing I'm gonna be doing, grab a little little tiny shovel, fill that up. I'm gonna get a little bit from here, and so you wanna, like, I like filling them maybe a little more than this, so we can. Then we'll just add water. We will shake this for like 10 minutes until it liquefies everything, and then it settles down again. And then when we read the layers, we get a little better idea what's in this bed. So that tasty. And it's just to shake the shit out of this. You want to do it for a couple of minutes. Some more of the garlic that I planted. So we got gifted garlic in the spring, and I'm in the sun. I don't care. But normally you plant garlic here. I planted like 1st of November, around there. You want to get it in the ground like exactly when the frost are happening at the night. And we live in the warmest part of Sweden, so we put it in pretty late. Now you can see here. Yeah, it didn't take long. It's gonna settle over the course of the time, but you can see that the most of this is just sand. So that's good and that's bad, but it probably needs some more raw material, brown material I think it's called. So we're gonna work on that. So finished cleaning one of the beds. I'm just gonna take all the leftover material from sawing firewood. All this is from leaf trees. I was gonna Google the fancy name, but I didn't. So this is no evergreen. So this will not make my soil pH drop higher. It won't make my soil sour. That's what I'm trying to say. And we took a little sample on the dirt yesterday, and I'm gonna do the other two beds, and then we can like compare. But we're gonna add that to the top layer, and then I need to get some horse manure. Never used horse manure before. I always use cow manure because it's the most available to me. But I feel like horse manure would be way more fitting, as the beds seem to be quite sandy. And I'm joined by my toddler again, because I'm on a parental leave. Yes. Oh, as he came to give me a hug. So it means we're gonna put some top dress on it. Yeah. 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 So we filled the bed up to the carrots. I could add some soil, but they're gonna be fine anyway. This annoying thing again. Gonna water over this once, and then I'm just gonna go hang out with the kid and play for a bit, and when we come back and try to finish off this, I'm just throwing away a lot of vegetables that like we bought the spray. Thankfully, I'm just gonna spray this guy because we're gonna eat off this for some time. See these butterfly larvae. Like I said before, when you grow vegetables, you hate butterflies, but it's just like this guy we can eat, and then the rest is throw away. This one we can eat. This one we can throw away. And this one we can eat. And then the rest is just larvae. So we're just gonna get rid of that. And the bean has done its job. Yeah. Kind of ended up as a mess this year, but
several days later.
All right, so this is cleaned out. So we made the bed ready for the fall. I kind of have no idea where I am in the episode because we've been pretty sick, or not super sick, but we had a cold, and so we've just been taking care of the kid. The beds are kind of ready for the fall. We did a test, another test, but like this soil jar test to see about like what is the composition of the soil here. It's really hard for me to like show my face and not be blinded by the sun. It's September now, so we're starting to get the low sun in the evening. But so this is the first bed. This is the oldest bed we have, and we have pretty sandy. Most of it is sand, but it still drains really good. There's some amount of organic materials, good enough because everything still grows really well in this bed. Like, this is not the worst. With sand you get good draining, you get good airflow into the dirt, you get really healthy roots from this, but you need to water often like we've seen now. And then we can see this bed here. It's the same, very sandy soil, a lot of air pockets, good draining. Yeah, so all the beds are really similar. All the soil has been this has just been composted by us, so this is a mix of soil here from the island and cow manure and chicken manure and then food scraps. So it's been pretty healthy. When I started filming this was it the end of August? No, middle of August or start of August, I can't remember. Time management. But then I was gonna put a little more variation in this ground, or variation of greens, just to see what would happen, because it's such a warm fall here. So we're still gonna try. I think I'm gonna try putting broccoli. I should be putting I think it's called like Chinese broccoli. You don't get like a large bulb, you get a lot of small ones. It's supposed to be much sweeter, but I didn't really have any of that. So in the spring I went through all our seeds, and I ended up we had so many seeds from 2015, so I ended up just mixing all my seeds together, all my old seeds together, because we're gonna do like a Japanese throw seeds everywhere garden. I can put the word for it here, just for fun, and we're just gonna do it in the chicken area, just to see what grows and just kind of free food for them. I had like a whole kilo of really old maize. Now it's really hard to say this when you're not trying to say the sweet corn, but like painted mountain, so like the rainbow colored corn. I had like a whole kilo of seeds from 2015, so we just kind of fed them to the chickens. Now the chickens are so I spread that all over the area. We spread out a bunch of wildflowers. I'm gonna trim down everything here at the dirt, then I'm gonna close this off, and then I'm just gonna let everything sprout, and then the chicklets, the little chickens, will have access to this in the spring. Right now I have my smartest and the most oldest and the most camouflaged chicken hiding somewhere here, probably sitting on like 30 eggs, because we didn't want them to lay eggs, or we didn't want them to hatch eggs this year. But yeah, you can't really control chickens when they start getting ideas. So I got rid of a lot of seeds. So my seed box is like this year. But I'm gonna take some stuff that we're gonna just sow in rows. Yeah, this is a new. So I'm gonna pick out what I'm gonna plant, and then I'm gonna talk about it, and then I'm gonna plant some rows, and then we're gonna end this video, and then I'm gonna post it so I can get some output on my goddamn channel. Don't become a YouTuber. Here we are. This is what I'm gonna put down. Stuff I know is gonna work without a doubt. Spinach. No problem with spinach. I recommend people trying that out even when they think that's not gonna work. Salad, great in the cold season. If you're having a problem growing with salad, it bolts, it flowers. It's probably because it's too hot. I recommend planting salad early and late, and having it in the shade when the sun comes. Tatsui, it's a brassica, so it's a mustard green. This one in Sweden is called an Asian cabbage. It's really good. It's basically just pak chow that opens up. This is a late season kale. We're also gonna try out that. I would have planted it a month ago, but we're gonna try it out now, because we're gonna turn this into a cold flame. Radish. Me and my wife didn't like radish before. Just thought it tasted really soapy. This sort here called Cherry Bella actually been pretty decent. You can pretty much plant this year round. I'm always telling people that like you can follow basic advices when you grow vegetables, but you know, just go nuts, like experiment, do some crazy stuff, because it's insane like what works when everyone else is telling you this is never gonna work. Just try it out. But radish is like, it's the easiest thing you can ever grow. It's the earliest thing you can plant, and it's the latest thing you can plant, as long as you just have some cover over it to protect it from the frost. I'm gonna try beetroot. I have some beetroot here that I've kind of been letting the chicken ruin. But these plants are really sturdy. They have a massive root mass. They hold a lot of nutrition. It takes a lot to kill a beet, but though it can get kind of woody when it's under a lot of stress. So if it grows stress-free, gets into regular watering, the leaves are healthy and nice, you're gonna get a sweeter beet. I'm just gonna do lines here. I don't think even I'm gonna mark when I'm planting. But I'm gonna try beets, and the variation I like growing is they're called student or cylinder. Cylindra, this one is called. How do you say this in cylindra? Cylindra. It's called cylindra. This type. It's a long beet. It's a cylinder shape beet. They grow really nice. They grow really nice together. And how I normally plant beets is I will plant 4 seeds right next to each other, and I think it works really well. They grow really well next to each other. You're not gonna get deformed fruits. Everything is gonna be nice, round, or in this case, it's gonna be a cylinder. But it's not gonna affect how it grows, and I think actually they grow better together in groups. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go. Yeah, there's a bit wind. I have so many sugar beets. This one is from 2019. 2019, this had 93% chance of germinating. That is probably down to like 60, 70 now. But you can also take these and grow them indoors over the winter months, and then you just cut the tops and you eat them like a salad. It's actually pretty nice. But we're gonna put some of these down, and we're probably just gonna eat them like a salad. Stuff that I'm not gonna plant here. Yeah, here's some more, but these are really tall. I'm not gonna go with the tall type. This one is pretty short. I'm gonna go with the short type. So yeah, this is what we're gonna plant, and I really recommend people to this late in the year to plant salads and plant stuff like that, because it, like, you'd be surprised what grows. Oh, especially when you live in a pretty warm country. I don't know where you're watching this. We all have different climate zones, but take more chances and just try growing stuff when you don't think it's gonna work. We're gonna go first person, so I can get used to this stupid thing I bought for the fishing part of the channel. Look really cool. It's a very attractive look, the YouTuber look. Let's plant some shit. There we go. First person. You know, video games are always better when you can see your legs. That's a fact. Also, if you have a grappling hook in the game, that also makes a better video game. And with play Barbie Pony Adventure if it had a grappling hook. Okay, just gonna get the old man support. I'm not gonna think too much about what I'm gonna plant where. Doesn't really matter. Poor beets are still a little bit of shock. And then I'm leaving this space open just because if we would buy some herbs, or when we buy coriander or cilantro, then we just plant it right here. So we leave this space open. I'm just gonna make a little row here, a row here. Kind of like growing stuff a little tighter than the packaging explains. Here it tells me I should have, yeah, about 30, 40. Like, I don't want to waste all this space, and I don't want to weed as much. So, and these seeds are kind of old. Just gonna go pretty generous amounts. Also, my wife literally works in a gardening center, so I go there and get discount on a discount when they sell away their older stocks. And I'm just gonna cover. Piece of wood here so I know where I put the last line. There we go. 3 rows of spinach. And then we have another bag here. Might actually save this for the spring. Next to that, I'm gonna put, let's just say, we put 2 rows of radish. So we just get a little clear border marker. It's a fun thing. It's easy to grow. The seeds are really big. This is probably a really good vegetable to get kids introduced to vegetable growing. I don't want to say farming because it's not. I put a pretty healthy dose of these also. A lot of these seeds need to be changed out. These also grow really well in a group. So you might have a couple of them that are not doing so good in the beginning, and then you pick the bigger ones. And the smaller ones will come a little later. Next, salad we can dump here. If you saw, put a stick here again, draw a line. Salad, we can do 4 lines. I see a chicken bone from coming from the compost. Just gonna leave that there. I'm gonna leave it here as a warning to my chickens. They have figured out how to jump up and under these nets I have. How many lines did I say I was going to do? It's 5. But we can just do 5. The only thing I have to do is... what the hell is happening in this bag? Is this an empty bag with just a gigantic paper napkin in it? No. Oh. Oh. What the? Oh, it's one of these. Yeah, okay. So, these guys. So you get you get your sheets. You get your seats in a sheet. And then you just rip it off. I find this, yeah, I guess it can be pretty handy in some conditions, but also just freaking annoying. Also, this paper is white, so it has been bleached. Something you don't really want to get in your ground. But it does make it easy for you to plant salad in a bit of a wind, because these seeds are like tiny. But this is, I rather get more seeds than getting a fucking toilet paper roll into my bed. Because you might have might have a couple of seeds blow away, but now you're just gonna have a whole toilet paper roll fly away in the wind, so it's not better. This just gives me less confidence. You know what, I'm just gonna plant 2 strips into one space. How is this better? How is this? Oh, let's just dump this whole thing in this here, because I hate this. I had no idea it was like this. So, just gonna get this away. Wow, it just made planting harder. That's great. What an innovation. There you go. Now we do the last. I feel like I just lost a row. It was this stupid toilet paper. Yeah, wait, no, that was ready. That did not save me time. And then, thankfully, just a normal bag of seeds. Now it's a pretty good timing to have one of these seed spreading thing, but you just have to kind of time your. Now there's the wind died down. Just go fast. Salad is like like always has pretty shitty germination. So just a fucking ton of seeds. It's just the thing is, if you can plant a lot of seeds in the same space, just do that. Because what do the seeds cost you? They cost you cents. It's not an expensive thing compared to your time. And if you're gonna be cheap on your seeds, This means that you have to come again and plant again and plant again, and in the end you have passed the good timing, or you've gone outside the time frame you want to be. So just heap on seeds, and if you need to pull seeds away to make room for a plant, just do that. That's much more smarter than trying to be cheap. It's the same with the carrots. People ask me how I get such big carrots, and it's just because I one finger in the beginning, take everything away, leave a carrot seed, then you do 2 fingers next time to leave more space, and then in the end you have around 3 finger width between a carrot, so they have plenty space to grow. Now, so the salad ended about here. I'm gonna use this wood frame piece that holds the bed, keeps the bed from splitting. I'm gonna use that to put a support for the piece if we get any piece. But at least we get plants. And the same thing, these seeds are 5 years old. I'm gonna just heap on seeds. Maybe not that much here, but we need to buy refresh stocks of bunch of seeds, and preferably save your own seeds, because when you save your own seeds you climatize those seeds to the environment you're growing in. There's another bone. This one is from a rib. Some ribeye steak I had, or maybe a barbecue ribs. There we go. I guess like most like gardening videos are pretty calm and nice, and mine are just pretty aggressive farming. It's a new trend. So we have done this. Next, beetroots. Oh, and yeah, I think I do beetroots. I'm just checking how what is the view you guys are seeing, but it's pretty decent. Let's do beetroots. These I'm pretty certain won't really work, but I'm gonna treat them like mangold. I have to look up the English word for, because the leaves on beets are edible and are pretty nice. So we're gonna eat that like salad. Not super much left here. Combine these 2 bags. And then I'm gonna go 1, 2, put about a couple of them together in a clump. Don't need to be super accurate. When I do this in the plugs, I'll maybe do it a little better, but you just see that I'm clumping together 4 or 5 seeds, hay worm together. Fun fact about worms: worms are not, or they are, but they are not the reason your soil improves. They are a sign of a good soil, but of course they do a lot of tremendously good work. But if you have no worms in your soil, then you have a serious problem with your soil. So seeing worms is a good sign, but not the reason for healthy soil, because you can't just put worms into dry, compact soil. It can't do anything with it. I'm just spreading them up a little bit of clumps. Like, put one grow together. Just crushed a snail. That was good. Whoa. And then I got karma for saying that and slipped on it. Do 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 do. Got one together. Put one together. Tomorrow, on what is it, like 3rd of September, it's gonna be one of the warmest day of the year. I think it's gonna go to like 27. Oh, I thought I heard my kid. My wife is in the greenhouse. So there we go. We are gonna head out and do something else because we've been stuck in the house for the whole weekend with a cold. See if I can get 3 rows. Yeah, I might need to put the garlic in another bed, because I just filled this bed up. We kind of do. Salad we did. Beetroot we did. Dun, dun. Where is my... There we go. This is one of the mustard green. Trying to figure out which type of mustard green this is. They look all the same. The seeds have evolved. No different. Here we go. It's a little... It's a roly-poly. No, it's a shrimp. I think this is just common knowledge. This is not an insect. This is actually a crustacean. It's kind of cool. It can be kind of annoying if they have no decomposed organic material to eat in a bed. They will start nibbling on like very tender, fresh roots. That is, of course, not good for a plant. Okay. And we are at the end of the bed. last thing we planted was here. It's the market. Let's look at what we have. The only thing I haven't put down is the kale. Yeah, so let's try that. This one I will give much more space. Wait, sorry, I got the camera stuck in something. Oh, no, I put it like here. I'm gonna put this like here. I'm not gonna put up as many seeds because these plants get pretty big. There's a couple of guys here. If you're wondering how I'm doing this, I've been doing this for 10 years. So you kind of get the fingering technique down. So you can drop the seeds evenly. Just rolling your fingers on the seeds. Here we go. We planted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 types of greens in this bed. So now I'm just gonna do a quick watering. Put the tarp over. Whoa, you're in a screen, man. And then I'm done. And we can just check back in 3 weeks with a little update. Tell you what the hell has been going on with the bed. So, and now we just water. And I want to thank everyone for watching. This is kind of like one of the, kind of just enjoying the fact that Karl Quest is kind of just anything I want to do. So I'm just throwing all my hobbies at the wall. Seeing what sticks. I kind of just want to do all of them. I don't really care what most of you think. Actually, I apologize, but I don't. This is my creative outburst, middle-aged white man creative outburst YouTube videos.